Hi there, Mary here at The.Meri.Atelier, and I just want to come on and do a chit chat. I'm going to try to make this fast, but I chat. I want to say thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers. I am at 2496 subscribers as I'm doing this video, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it that you take the time to hit the subscribe button, to leave a comment, to put a thumbs up on my video. I really do appreciate it. It's noticed, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much. I want to do a giveaway at some time, but now's not a good time for me. I may have to wait till 3,500, 4,500, or maybe 5,000 subscribers before I'm able to do that. But I will have a giveaway at some point. So thank you very much. And I'm just thrilled. Yay! Thank you. So now I kind of want to review some of the comments left on my Urban Sketchers video. I don't want to take a whole lot of time, but I do want to go over them. Even though I've replied to some of them in writing, I'm going to cover them verbally too. The first one that shows up on my screen is left by Jan Gray. And I have to say, Jan Gray, I was going out last year and doing what I call drive-by paintings or art behind the steering wheel. I was just having my own fun. Well, Jan Gray is the person who actually pointed me to the term and introduced me to the term urban sketchers. I was unaware that there were even urban sketching groups out there. And so she introduced me to that term, and through her and through a watercolor artist called Kathy Johnson, I was able to find the Urban Sketchers Midwest, and that's how I got started doing this virtual crawl that I did on Saturday, which was the first one I participated in. So thank you, Jan. Deb at Artseology says, love your sketches, Mary. Thank you, Deb. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you start making some more of your videos, too. I know you had that terrible flood in your basement, but it'll get better, right? And Brockman says, so happy that you were able to be out doing urban sketching again. 5 sketches, fantastic. Yeah, 5 sketches well, I think I did 3 sketches. No, I did 2 sketches. I started at 9:30, and I did 2 sketches, and then I broke for lunch, and then I did the other 3, and I think I quit around 5 o'clock. So it takes some time, but what fun. What a great way to spend a Saturday, and it keeps you out of the stores buying things that you really don't need. It's a great way to go have fun if you have a free Saturday or a free day. Karen Salo says, great pages, Mary. I felt like I was right there with you. And you know what? I love doing these videos and filming them as I'm sketching them because you feel like you're there with me. But believe me, while I'm doing these, I think of my subscribers, and I feel like you guys are right there with me watching over my shoulder. So I am very conscious of that, and so I feel like you're there with me too, Karen. Thank you for riding along. Callie Black says, I could watch you all day. And boy, Callie, I know exactly what you were saying because I could sit and watch YouTube videos, art videos all day long. And there's just so much out there, and there's so much to learn from each other. Isn't this great that we have this? I guess we need to thank YouTube, huh? Mary W. says, happy to see you out and about sketching. Watching you is amazing. To see it blossom right before my eyes. And you know what? I feel the same way. I come home and I edit these videos, and when I put them into fast forward and then watch it grow, I'm going, wow, did I do that? I wish I could have done that in high school. Think of all well, you don't regret what you never had, but just think what it would have been like if you could have done this years ago. Anyway, did you scrape out the grass in front of the controlled burn with the trees? I was wondering how you made the lighter grass show up on the brown background, and then magically there it was. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I put on the black for that burnt out grass, and then I go, I'm going to get my grass in the foreground. So I turned my water brush upside down, and with the back of the water brush, I scraped out what off of the black watercolor what could have been the weeds. And I don't think that's a new technique. I think that I've read about that being done before in other watercolor books. So it worked for me. I don't do that a lot, but it worked for me then. Your gazebo scene is still one of my favorites. You know, it is mine too. And she is talking about the gazebo scene in my book was, I'm getting it out here, was this one. Right here. And I tell you, I have sketched this gazebo scene over and over and over. The gazebo is actually over here, kind of falling off the edge of the paper. But it goes, there's a perspective in here that it falls. Of course, you're looking from the front, and then the perspective goes back into the back. And in real life, you can see cars going back and forth there. So this was fun. I think this is probably one of the better ones I've done, but I have sketched this several times, and I think I'm finally getting it down to where I actually like it. I want to go do more of the gazebo, maybe on another page. I started sketching it here, and I didn't like it, so I put some, no, it wasn't there. It was on this other page. I started sketching it on this, and I didn't like it, so I put some watercolor ground. I'm going to go back and visit that page. Rosa at Inspired Soul says, love these outings. I do too, Rosa. Thank you for watching. Dee Dee Willingham says, very nice sketches, Mary. I love your script handwriting that you added to your pages as well. And you know, that is something that I'm going to try to do more of. I've noticed in this Facebook group that I've joined that a lot of the artists will document. And I tried doing that last year, and I did accomplish it on some of the pages. But more or less, last year I did what I did here on the top and the bottom. But I'm trying to get to the point to where I'm doing more script writing or more documenting across the page there. I think that's really fun to do when you're out urban sketching because it documents your sketch. And here it says, in the spring, all these dried grasses and weeds will be hidden among beautiful wildflowers. So that is the technique. And you can see on this page, the other thing I'm trying to do is put less color on my page. This has very, very little color. I have some yellow ochre in there, very light yellow ochre, and some blue. And the rest is just pen and ink drawing. And by the way, the pens that I used were a sepia Faber-Castell. I think it was like a 1.0 point, medium point. And I think I used a Copic marker on here. And I also used on this page, to get these dark lines, I used a Uniball, just a plain Uniball. I think it was a Vision. I'm not sure that they're making the Vision pens anymore, but I had a set of Vision ones, like Vision, V-I-S-I-O-N, Vision. And that's what I used to make these dark black lines. I like those pens a lot. Wish I could get them, but last time I tried to get them, I couldn't get them. Mona Ray says, my favorite videos are your urban sketches. I see you are using a different pen this year. Tell me about the sketchbook. That looks interesting. Well, I covered the pens. The sketchbook is actually one that I made. This is, this is scrapbook paper. I forget who made it. I've had it around for a while, but it's just scrapbook paper, the denim, and it's mounted on a chipboard. But the actual directions for making this, I picked off of a video uploaded by Kathy Johnson. And I put a link to it underneath of your comment, Mona. So, but anyway, this was made out of one sheet of watercolor paper, and it's an accordion fold. So yeah, I thought this would be, since I followed Kathy Johnson's directions to make this, I thought it'd be fun to use it on the Midwest Urban Crawl Sketches, because Kathy is hosting that group on Facebook. There's a link to that underneath of the Urban Sketches video here. Art Junkie says, gorgeous, I love that. Thank you, Shannon. I really appreciate it. Urban sketching is just plain fun. What can I say? Lori Richardson Haley says, love your sketches. Thank you so much, Lori. You know, I really do enjoy getting out. And as I said in one of my videos last year, I'm probably the only one who can spend 8 hours in a parking lot in the middle of the day. Yeah, I could sit there and sketch cars. And in the summertime, the landscapers do a really, I mean, these little, in the urban malls, they do a good job of keeping some of those little flower plots up. And there's just a lot to discover in your own city. And I keep saying, well, my original motivation for doing these urban sketches was I have this idea that someday I'm going to travel the world, you know, and see all these exotic places. I'm going to take a sketchbook. Well, I better start practicing, huh? So that was my original motivation, is I'm going to start my own backyard. And maybe if I ever get to travel, maybe it won't be my big world dream trip, but maybe to the next state, or maybe I'll go away for a vacation or something. I will have all this practice in. So if you're of a mind, grab your sketchbook and go outside and do some sketching if you have the time. Angie says, very nice. Angie, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching my videos and leaving comments. I just appreciate it. Ross Jones says, I enjoy your urban sketching videos very much. Thanks for sharing. Well, thank you, Ross. I think that I'm more into urban sketching than journaling by fives, huh? I think it's more my style. But that may change. Maybe someday I'll be able to do urban sketching, journaling by five style in 15 minutes, huh? But maybe not. Create Art 1 says, I really like your style and I love the color choices you make. Loved everything about all 5 pages. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Jeannie. Color choices. I tend toward earth tones. And maybe that's why I like urban sketching, because when you're out, you see the big blue sky, and if you don't see green grass, you're seeing the browns and the leftover, you know, there's just the earth tones really are my palette. It's what I go for. SG Bolts 1, which is Charlene, says, love your sketches, inspires me to drive around my town to find more places to sketch and practice my art. And if anything, if I've inspired anybody to go grab a sketchbook, grab a paper sack. Maybe you've stopped at a fast food restaurant and you have a paper sack. Turn it inside out, grab a pencil, sketch the car in front of you, sketch the tail lights. I'm still working on sketching people. You don't see very many people. I did in my last journal just a little, but you don't see a lot of people, and that's something that I want to start working on, is capturing some people. After I did my sketching, I had to go to the car wash because my car was just filthy dirty. From winter, I hadn't washed all the salt off of it. And I was sitting in the car wash. There was a long line, and I looked up, and there was a man walking his 2 dogs. And I'm going, why didn't I notice them before they started walking away? Because they were going slow. And I thought, man, that's the thing that I'm going to watch. Maybe I'll go to a dog park and sketch people walking their dogs. That would be fun to do. I'll have to find out where people walk their dogs around here. So, so I'm going to end my video here. I just want to say again, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm thrilled to reach the 2,500 subscriber mark. And there will be a giveaway coming sometime. I don't know when, but all I can say is a great big thank you. So I will see you on the next page. Why do I say, let's flip to the next page? I want to cover that a little, as long as I'm chit-chatting here. I always feel like there's always room, when you complete a page, when you do a page, there's always the next page to learn, to do something else on. I mean, it was fun doing that. Maybe you made some mistakes on this page. Maybe you weren't happy. Maybe you are happy with it, but maybe there's something more to learn. Go flip to the next page. Start all over again. Don't get discouraged. Keep trying. Keep practicing. Keep making art. With that, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next page.